Hello everybody. Looks like we're going to do another live today. Like I said, there's no appropriate time set for this. It's just something I want to do when I have free time and fill up to it. I had a pretty long weekend at work, so I'm a little bit behind right now getting stuff together. But when we last left you, when I last left, we were working on cutting the front end off of the truck. Just to recap, we're taking the C1 models kit. It's a trans kit, and we're adding it to the front end of the Hasegawa Sunny Deluxe truck. Looking over pictures on the internet over the week and trying to get some inspiration and some ideas on the way I want to go with this. I kind of like the newer version of this truck. Has a little bit of a flat headlight. It looks pretty cool. I was looking at this truck over. It would be neat to do a few other front end swaps with this little truck. Maybe like the Escort. You got the MK1 Escort. You know, Volkswagen C1 already has. C1 already does the full Volkswagen truck. But I think it'd be neat to take, Italeri is bringing back out the MK1 well, I think it's the MK2 Escort. It's not the early Escort. It's the second bodied Escort. Still a rear-wheel drive car. Even though the Italeri kit is going to be a rally car, but they're going to put some street items into it. But, we'll see when that comes out. But what we did last week, or the last live show, we cut the front end off. We cut the front end off to put the C1 front end on. See if you guys can't see that. I'm going to move my position of the camera real quick, guys, so that way I can see it and work at the same time. So last week we cut this off. And then we got it set up for the new front end. Alright. What I done after the last live show is I actually cut up the little Nissan. I was goofing about, talking about doing the front end swap with this kit here, with this. It would take a lot of work, but it would look cool. It's going to take a lot of work. I am very, very honored that C1 actually caught wind of me doing this live build. I'm a little hoarse this week. C1 has been making a lot of great products, especially the last 3 years. The guys at C1 have been putting in some great work. We got the Volkswagen truck, the Caddy. Then they brought us this kit. They brought us the Honda Civic body kit right here. They brought us this kit. And then, they got one for the new body style Camaro. They got a kit for the new, some parts for the new, I believe it's the Challenger, for the new Challenger. And, hopefully, I know Scaled World has picked up the kit and, the resin. And, so maybe we'll get to see a review from that from Scaled World. So some great stuff coming from C1. But I'm honored that they actually watch my channel and they, came by, gave me some support, and also notified me that I thought these were 3D printed and then resin copied. But talking with the owner and operator of C1. These are all handmade. All the body stuff is handmade and then transferred over to resin. Super, super great work. It is so clean and so precise. I thought that it was 3D printed. Some companies are having their masters 3D printed and then bringing us the resin copied. For this not being 3D printed, for being hand designed and hand built and then cast in resin, guys, this is hands down some of the nicest, cleanest. I did no thinning on none of this, like I was trying to tell you guys last time. Here's the kit plastic, and here's the C1 resin, and it's actually thinner, almost thinner in some points than the kit plastic, but it's strong. His resin is strong. Like I can bend this plastic, and I'm trying to bend this the same way, you know, so it's great. Yeah, good morning, Jody. Yeah, it's super hot. Hello, Doug from Oregon. You got Fred Henry. Hey, what's up, Pappy? If you guys don't subscribe to Pappy yet, get on over there. He does quite a bit for our community in way of sharing information. He's got a couple great builds going on right now, and I was notified last post by Pappy that he has adopted 3 new kids, guys. He's now the father to Skylar, to Young Model Master, and he gave Clifton. He adopted Clifton Smith, I'm aware of now. Yeah, it's about 95 today here, guys. It looks like Jody is facing 100 degrees. Brother, I'm sorry, but hopefully you're inside, air conditioning, and staying cool. Hello, Lowrider Lou. And Doug, today I'm a little hoarse for some reason. I worked all night last night, and I felt all right, but for some reason today I'm not. My voice ain't really going well. You guys get on over to see out Pappy's channel. Always some great information. He shares what's going on in the hobby, and he also introduces us to some new people. We all have a different group of followers for whatever reason, and so sometimes I have people that follow me that might not follow Pappy or Young Model Master. So by the way of us mentioning your guys' names and letting the community know that there's other builders out there looking for information, looking for help, that's always great. So go over there and check out Pappy's channel. And one of my good friends, Bobblehead, he's in here now. Go over there, check out Bill's channel. Bill doesn't build or does videos as often as me or Pappy would, but he got some good information. He's a great builder. I'm lucky enough to know him personally, and he's a great friend. I'm a great guy to hang out with. One weekend every year we get together, and we do a pretty large contest, so you know it's pretty cool and pretty good. Don't worry about that, Pappy. I support your movement and what you're doing. All right, so what are we going to do now? Since last week, right after the show, like I told you, I cut up the little Sunny just to see. My intentions are to put the plastic front end on the car, and there's a little bit of size difference between the Nostalgic series and between the Nostalgic series and the newer truck kit. So it'll take some work, but I cut the front end off, so it'll go back on if I run into issues. But I cleaned all the resin, just why it was setting, and I recommend you always clean your resin, just to ensure that there's nothing on there. And there's been some controversy about how you clean the resin. Here's what I like to use. It don't go bad. I've had this since 2000. Well, it said it expired in 2006, so it supposedly expired 11 years ago. But you know, I use this. I just pour it into a little container. I let my part soak about a day or two, just to ensure that all the release agent is off, and I wash it with this. Well, I let it soak in this, and then I take a toothbrush, and then I scrub, then I'll scrub everything with the toothbrush, and then I rinse it off, and then I get me a cup like this, probably about 3 drops of dish soap in there, nothing much. Fill it up with liquid, with lukewarm water. You don't want it too hot because it will reshape resin and plastic. So just a little bit of warmth to it. I put it in here, and then I just squish it about like this, and then I dump it out, and then I just rinse it with regular water. Yeah, Lou, especially on our 520s, bruh. When I used to have my show car, this is the only thing that touched my wheels. I always kept my tires clean. I'd never put the Armor All on them. The Armor All tins. They say it's a conditioner, but it's not, guys. It's actually just like a silicone, and as it dries out, it can damage your tires, your dash, and stuff like that. So I just always used white wall cleaner on my 520s. Scrubbed them, just kept my tires clean. So what I did there, like I said, I washed all the parts, so that's where we're at now. Today we're on stage 2, guys. So what I want to do, you see, I still haven't cut no support out of here yet. I'm just trying to keep this right where I can actually work and use it. I want to mount this front end today. Once I get the front end mounted, I can go back in to start doing yeah, Lou, the Black Magic is different. I just never used that Armor All. A lot of people would do the Armor All tire clean and shine, and that's what I steered away from. The Black Magic, you can actually spray. They have a foam. You can spray into that foam, and then you can wipe your wheel down, so that way you don't get that nasty overspray all over your car after you wash and clean it. Okay, they don't have that brand no more. All right. So here's what we're doing now. We're going to mount this front end. I won't glue here or here, because when you glue there and there, you're going to break up, you fill in your door gap, and I don't want to fill that door gap in, guys. So what we're going to do is I take a little sheet. If you guys, I have a bunch of plastic stock. Like this right here is for .20 gauge, and you can see all the different stuff I use from customizing. And then, I got it all the way from 10 gauge to 45 gauge, and 45 gauge is super thick. And then I got some oversizes too. So what I want to do is, I think I want to use 15, because 15 is kind of, 15 is pliable. We got a little bit of a curve here. So what we're going to do, we're going to make us a piece of plastic like this, and we're going to glue that plastic to the body, and then we'll leave an edge out like that. That way we can put the fender on there. So I'm not precise. I haven't seen Lucifer's Garage Clutch on this week. Clutch has some breathing issues, guys. So as it gets hotter, it's harder for him to do a lot of the online stuff. You know, he's because of the way the heat, it restricts his breathing. So let's keep him in our thoughts, and you know, wish him well, as you know, it is getting very hot and sticky right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna pay attention to what I'm doing for a little bit. And I'll go back here in a little bit and answer questions if that's all right with everyone. I see Pappy's here. Pappy, you off work or are you still at work, bud? Pappy, he likes to join me sometimes when he's out and about on the road working. And that's what's great about the YouTube. And you know, you can just I turn it on. I got an hour drive to work, guys, from where I live. So I turn on the YouTube and I just watch some of your guys' videos and some of your guys' comments. Driving in traffic, yeah. And like Pappy had mentioned in his latest video, you guys ever have a free Friday night and you're down on your bench working, and you feel like you need a little bit of company? Skyler, he runs the 8-Second Speed Shop. Him and young model master James Schultz, they have been doing like a Friday night live hangout. So you guys go over there and jump in. Clifton's over there. Pappy, which is Fred Henry, in here. He attends most weekends. And it's just a nice little chat. It's pretty fun. What was we talking about this weekend? Wash. We was going through the battle of the word wash versus wash. And, you know, it's just and then they tease each other about Fords and Chevrolets and what have you. And Clifton is there. Sometimes Clifton's wife will actually get on there and hang out with the guys. And I don't get to tend the show. I don't get to tend the show on the live feed of it. Usually just in the comment section. Sometimes our good friend Full Throttle Custom is in there. You got Tim gets in there, and this week I guess Freddie from H-Town Models was stepping in there and having some fun. So you guys, it's just another little good outlet. You know, share a little bit. So stop in, say hi, do it. You know, just. I don't know where my lid wrench is. I had a lid wrench. Alright. You may or may not need clamps, guys, but I'm getting my clamps just in case. Now, the controversy is, with you guys in the crew, in the live feed right now, do you wash or do you wash? Because I was telling them, I wash my dishes, but I wash my models. Now, what I do is I put a little bead of glue down. I run the little bead of glue back and forth like that. And then I bent the plastic like this. And then I just lay it in there on that edge. Like so. And it looks like, depending upon the thickness of the plastic that you use, that will determine whether you need to clamp or not. And I'm going to put more, like you see that right there, I'm going to put more plastic on the body than I will the fender. And by doing the glue like this, you're giving it a wider contact and you're eliminating the spillover into this door jamb. Guys, if you guys don't attend the ISM live show, it's the International Scale Modeler. You know, I've talked about them a lot. That was another great outlet for me, guys. A really good group of guys I enjoy. See, I put the plastic on both sides. And then before I glue, I'm going to look and see, you know, if the plastic interferes anywhere. And then right there you can see it does. You know, it's gonna get into that. It's going to get into that vent right there on both sides. They are doing a thing called Models for Heroes at the end of the month, and there's a group of they're going to group off some. They're going to make a few auctions, and they're trying to raise money for the heroes, the acting and retired, those with PTSD issues and stuff, you know, and so they're going to be doing a big auction to raise money. You can also donate straight to the calls, kits, tools, whatever. You can donate straight to Models for Heroes. All that information is on their Facebook page. You guys can go over there and check that out and donate if you can. If you can't, we understand, you know, but it's just a way to help some heroes across the world. It's not just for the U.S. It benefits all people and servicemen and women that suffer from PTSD. Hello, Too Tall, and my buddy Pete. So all we're doing right now, guys, is we are making mounts. I've done washed all the resin. Now I'm making a mount to glue this front end on. So what we're doing now, we're cutting off pieces that would hide this, and alright, you can see now where we cut everything away, so that way we can get all that in there. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing to this side as we did to the other side. And then we'll have to go in there and we'll make some little filler pieces here and there too as we get in there and do this. Now you want to be careful when you want to get your body line together. So that's what I did there, and now I'm just going to clamp it into place. You can use metal clamps. I choose not to use metal clamps. Oh, hello, Punch. Did you get to watch the whole Le Mans race this weekend, Punch? I was stuck at work. I tried to watch the live feed. It looked like the GT40 held on pretty strong. Oh, good evening. Good afternoon, Sheldon. I hadn't seen you on in a while, but I hope you're doing good. Um, hope the cats ain't giving you too much of a problem. The last video I was watching with you, the cats wanted to back talk a lot. 3 wives? You think you'd learn after the first 2 strikes? We didn't want that. I had something spill out, guys. Wasn't paying attention. Mason. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I guess my basement phone ain't working. Get that back up on the charge. Oh, ooh. So I got a little bit of glue popped through that jam there. I guess I didn't wipe it all the way off. So I just go back in there and clean that up. And I'm going to rescribe. We're going to rescribe the door panels here in a few days anyway. So we'll get that. Speaking of pain in the butt cats, you guys hear that fat cat? He's not happy right now. Alright. So before we move on, I'm just going to make sure that we get everything back even. And like I said on the Mustang, build I was doing one day, is I kind of like to move around the vehicle. I don't try to do it all at once. But when you have something like this, it's on my mind right now, and I want to attack that right now. So then we'll see. Now with resin, the more something is cast, the mold, you lose you lose a little bit here and there with every casting. Some's noticeable, some's not so noticeable, depending upon how many times something is casted out of that mold. So with that being said, this right here got great detail. I know I'm not the only one with this body kit. There's great detail in this body kit. But depending upon how you cut and what you use to trim your stuff off. Sorry, tabletop. You could see a little bit. It's not bad. I'm just pointing this out for people that are not used to doing trans kits and projects like this. Your main focal point or focus when you get this is the appearance. And the first thing you want to do, your major items, you want to make sure they're lining up, like your body moldings, the top of the fender. You know, you don't want to be too high, too low. You don't want this right here to be off, or you get it to a point to where this molding here starts to dip down by the end, depending upon how big of add-on to get in there. Then you got then you'll have this right here. Mason, leave him alone, bud. Then get him back upstairs or something. I have a little goober right there. Mason, I'm on live video, bud. Alright. And then, so that's one thing you want to do. And then you come back in here, and I just wanted to clean up my jam real quick. But you can see either the product that you use, like, you know, you see me use the back of my number 11 blade. You see me use the homemade scriber, and then you also see me use the saw. And sometimes your different stuff. Let me see if I can show you guys this. Some people wouldn't address it, and some people would. There's just a itty bitty gap right here on both. But the sides lined up a little bit. This could have been me cutting. You know, there's just a little bit, but not so much on this side. A little bit more of a mounting issue here, and we'll address that as I get into the build. But at least now we have the front clip on, and the front clip is on. And you don't have to do the supports. I choose to do the supports. Man, I gouged that fender. Kind of upsetting. But I'll get it all handled. I'll get it fixed. And then, let's see. And now, once I got this set up the way I wanted to, now I'll go in there and I'll size up the hood to get a better fitment for the hood. And that right there looks pretty decent already. It's a little long right yet. So it could stand to use a trimming clear along that back, because you guys see how it's got it just a little bit long right there. So we'll have to do some trimming and stuff around that back area. We'll see that. Now, if you look at pictures online, the Skyline kit, the hood opens this way. But on the Skyline car, the hood's open this way. But on the Sunny trucks, the hood's open this way. And I think this is what I want to do. I think I want to open it this way. We'll look into that right now. I'm unsure of that. But now, since we got the front end actually mounted, you can pop that grill in. I'm going to pop the grill in and just get a look at it. Yeah, John. We and John were talking about that this week at work. He's like, the name of the truck is Sunny. There's only one color it can go. And so I think this might go yellow. But here it got a good fitting. It fits inside the Hasegawa chassis. I'll have to clean up all this to get a real motor in there. So now what I want to do is I'll look at it this way. I'm going to turn it around this way. That way it's in camera. You guys can see it. Alright. Let's see. Move the camera a little bit. Alright, Pappy. Enjoy the bench time, bud. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean up this hood line and get this hood to come together.
Why wasn't opening? The thing was falling off.
Now resin, it sands a lot better. Later, Pap. Now resin sands a lot quicker and smoother than plastic, so it's best to do a little at a time. Oh, another thing I did, guys, off camera is these were solid vents right here on both of these, and then before I washed it, I just went in there with my knife and grated them out. That way those vents are open. Mason, he's not liking that at all. Now I drew me a little line where I need to stay to when I'm sanding. Let's see if this right here. And I still have to leave myself room, guys, for my paint and clear. So it's going to look like I'm taking off too much when I put it on the body. But I'm focusing on making me a gap so that way my paint and clear won't have an issue. Are you going to buy the Ram hood, John? Right there will be the hood fitting. Right there. Alright. Let's see, get my lid back on. Alright, well, so we got that on. We got the hood. What I'm going to do now is take a little bit of this. See how close this right here sets up when you go to. Yeah, I have plenty of room. Give me another piece. I'm going to go with a little thinner. I'm going to go with this 10. Then what I'm doing is I'm going to wrap this plastic around a Q-tip. Now I understand that some of the stuff I build ain't everybody's cup of tea, but hopefully within my videos I'm showing you guys something that will reflect in what you guys do like to build.
What are you building?
A truck. Hey Gizzy.
Are those beads or dirt? Or litter?
That is gravel.
Oh, gravel.
Yeah. What I did now is made a little piece of strips. I'm going to put in here to give it a little more more strength down here at the bottom.
Can I have an ice cream?
Yep.
Yes, ice cream sandwich. Hey, my ice cream sandwich.
And then I'll get all that stuff there cleaned up here in a minute, guys. John is Ethan, and I can't remember your other boy's name for all of a sudden. Are they home from school for today, or did they go to summer school? The place where John and I work, they switched our schedules up, and what used to be when your day rolled out, we would go in there. My shift and John's shift would usually finish the day, and at midnight the next day would start, and we would get the next day like prepared. Elijah, yeah, that's right. We'd get the next day prepared. But starting this week, they're starting to drop our routes at 10 a.m. So it's like the first shift, they start the day, and then they finish the day, and then mine and John's shift, we get right in the middle of that day. So we don't know if, like Saturday, we worked damn near 14 hours, and last night we were off in 10. You know, it don't make no sense. So I can't speak for John, but for myself, man, it's going to take some getting used to. Because I'm used to running out of work and getting done, and now it barely comes to me. So it makes my days longer. And I'm the type of associate, I want to get the stuff done and over with. So I don't sit around and talk a whole lot, because usually I try to stay busy. But here yesterday and Sunday, I found out that I'm going to have to get some taking used to. John's a QA associate now, so he has to audit what I do and what the order fillers do. So I know that makes his day longer too. So, and with both of us taking care of kids while our wives work, why we both watch kids while our wives work. It kind of puts a damper on our days. I wish I could do a job where my wife wouldn't work or didn't have to work. She's in customer service, and you know, you can't make people happy. They're promised one thing from a person they never ever see, and then my wife gets dealt with all the problems when those promises don't get kept. So she takes a lot. And then John's wife, she works in public too, so you know, you got all these different attitudes that she's got to deal with, my wife deals with. So by the time they get home, they're wiped out, you know. So what I done here, guys, I put some stuff together. Yeah, Jody, I really wish I had your job. Half the time in the U.S., the other half the time in Costa Rica. I wouldn't say you got too bad of a schedule there, buddy. Other than the fact that there's no, like you said before, there's the hobby shop is very scarce there, but man, that would be beautiful just to wake up every day on vacation. Yeah, that's working there, Jody. Then what I'm doing now, guys, I'm just sanding this all up.
To make it smooth?
Yeah. And make it to where it fits. I wanted that lower dog leg support, but with this gap, with these fins here, I want that still to be open. I didn't want to be obnoxious. So just go in there and clean this up a little bit. Oh, Jody, you were a doctor, bud? Or I should say you are a doctor. You're just not practicing anymore? Man. I have another one, John. That... Like I stated before, guys, this C1 build here with this Sunny truck from Hasegawa, this is a build that we're doing for ScaledWorld.net. I do have another one of these bodies. I don't have another C1 kit. I do have another one of these bodies, and I can do whatever I want with the other body. Oh, dang. Yeah, that's super cool. Because most doctors, Jody, only are seen when someone is sick or hurt. You know what I mean? You really don't get to see people. You really don't get to... A lot of doctors really don't get to change people's lives. They're just, you know, common care doctors. So that would be great to see somebody that had a limb, that lost a limb. You know, the depression that person is going through is got to be tremendous. And to have a doctor like you that got them up and on their feet again would be awesome. Okay, guys. All I did there is gave more support down here at the bottom. So that way everything's good and supported. I'm going to clean this jam out one more time. There's dust. You truly could have somebody walking and rolling, Jody. You see, I tagged you in the auctions this weekend. Jody, I seen that 1/20th scale Ferrari pop up, and I thought about you when I saw that. I don't know what it ended up going for, but it was only at 25 bucks. Yeah, there you go. Later, Bill. Be careful headed home, and have a great day. Have a great rest of your day, bud. Guys, don't forget to go over there and check out Bill's channel. He's got some good stuff in the works right now. I can't wait to see what he does with his Audi. He'll show you guys. He's got an Audi build, and I have the Audi build also. The show we go to and attend, they're having this next year's is called Crazy Eights. So they gave out 30 of these. Last year they gave out 25 Mustangs, but only like 10 showed back up. So hopefully the Audi R8 get some more attention. Alright, man, I spent most of this hour just working on this, but man, I love this. This is going to be great. Got the grill to fit, got the front end to fit. Right here, it has a minimal... Jody, I use a cheap dollar store selfie stick. I've screwed in to some pipe bolts or whatnot, so that way I could set my camera at different areas. And all my videos are right off my Samsung S7 phone, bud. I don't have no special Logitech camera like some of these other guys do. And I'm just using my phone. I could make videos. I have made videos with this. But I've been liking the live feed. I don't have to worry about downloading stuff and seeing how long it takes. You don't have a cell phone. Man, bud, that's a shocker right there. Well, I wish you had a... What I'm doing now, guys, is a tab, a casting tab. See if you guys can't see that. Focus. I'm sanding down this casting tab. This helps remove this from the mold, and it gives it an escape. Jody, I don't know how you do that. There's so much that I do on my phone. We don't have a home computer we don't use it. But you know, we don't have a home computer that we use anymore. We do everything on our phone. And what was I going to say? The way we keep track of the kids in schools and stuff. Doctor prescriptions and stuff. And I wouldn't know how to be without a phone, buddy. TV, I could deal without a TV. Well, yeah, that works. That keeps you informed. I don't know. I like every now and then, I like just sitting down and watching the news. Watching TV for a few hours during the day. So I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how to act without a TV. I don't know if we'll go with bumpers or no bumpers yet, but I'll have to look and see when I get it there, what I feel I need to do. this upside down? Oh yeah, it was upside down. Let's go down that low. Hey, Gilbert. Gilbert. Guys, tomorrow I am going to try to attend a session with Gilbert. We're going to try for tomorrow if I can get back from my doctor's appointment in time. We're going to try to do a show with Gilbert tomorrow. Gilbert, I couldn't stop thinking about him, bud, so I went back and got him. I was talking to Gilbert the other night about these. I picked up the gargoyles, Gilbert, and I picked up the goblins. These goblins are so cool. And this is what I was saying. When I thought they were made by Vallejo, I didn't read. They're primered with Vallejo, but they're Whiz Kids. And what's cool about these is it shows you how to paint them if you wanted to paint them that way. I probably won't paint them that way. They come with the little mounts. And these are small. These would be the smallest ones I've ever done, Gilbert. But this is another thing, guys. Following Gilbert over the last couple years and watching him do his dragons and his figure work, I ventured off into doing some figures. And I seen these. These look so much more detailed than the Reaper figures that I was used to. But they are itty bitty. If you look, that's how big they are compared to my hand. So this is going to be a challenge for me. Because most of my Reapers have all been about this scale. And look, see how much smaller they're going to be than this right here. This right here is a Reaper King Troll. Dude, I don't know if but look at these little guys. They're going to be a pain in the butt. Yeah, Gilbert, I'm going to put a string in his bow and arrow to make it look like he's really pulling back. Yeah, this is the one, guys, I contacted Gilbert on Facebook. And on Facebook, Gilbert sat down with me for the better part of 2.5, maybe 3 hours while I was working with this. And with his encouragement and with his suggestions, this is what the King Troll came out to be. I opted not to use white on his fingers and, you know, stuff like that. I chose to use white in the battle axe that he uses. But Gilbert, you know, he convinced me into doing some blending with some other greens, and then his suggestion on making my own washes to give him some discoloration instead of just a big bright color. This right here just came out ridiculously awesome for a guy that does cars. This figure here is one of my favorites that I've done. And I can't wait to tackle these little ones, especially the goblins. The goblins are just so cool, Gilbert. I wish there was a way I could show you better detail, but these goblins are just sick. And I like it that they come with the little mounting base. And so hopefully tomorrow I can get back. Gilbert takes care of his grandson in the afternoon, so I'll have to get back here in time before he has to take care of him, because when Gilbert's grandson is there, it's 100% attention to his grandson. Gilbert is one of the best grandfathers you guys will ever see, because you got to see that little kid is spoiled from custom 3D printed superheroes to Star Wars ships. That boy gets whatever he wants from Grandpa. So hopefully I could get back before noon tomorrow, Gilbert. I'm planning about 11, but you never know. You know, it's a hurry up and wait game when you get to the doctors. Yeah, I won't be rushed. Right now, guys, I'm just cleaning up the rear body flares. It's the damn doctors, bruh. If you make a doctor's appointment, it says right there on the wall. If you make a doctor's appointment and you don't and if you don't call them within 24 hours of a missed appointment time, they could still charge you the $40 doctor visit. But it's okay for them to make you an appointment and then them take 45 minutes to get to you. Hey, turn that down. Mason. I'll have to see. Yeah. You know what kind of model time you just took for me, buddy? Yeah, see, there you guys go, right there. All right, later, Gilbert. We'll try to catch with you tomorrow. Yeah, I was really surprised when C1 had commented that he watched my video and was letting me know that everything was handmade, not 3D printed. It feels pretty good when somebody that has very little time on their hands with the hobby itself, because of real life and getting products out and to attend shows and stuff, that he had time to sit down and watch in on my video. I was pretty amazed. That's was awesome. Like I said, a great company, great products, and they actually watch what is being said and done with their products, and that's good. They're not just putting stuff out there. Yeah, they're not just putting stuff out there for the buck. They're actually concerned with the community and their outtake on their product. What I'm gonna do now, I just cleaned up these products right now, and I'm going to measure out. Okay, I'm going to measure out where this is going to set. All right. Then all I'm doing, guys, is drawing this out. Because the reason why I'm doing this is so that way I can send out this molding, and that way I can get a flush fit where this needs to go instead of having a gap coming off the body. Let me see, I missed that last comment. Not to sound negative, but I just finished. I just don't get Gundam or figures. But I think it helps me think that's the way people look at car builders and the way non-builders look at it. Yeah, you're pretty right, Punch. The only reason why I've been getting into it, Punch, is I wanted to broaden my horizon. And I don't know if I would like to do military and vehicles, or if I'd like to do vehicles and figures. But I think it's a break, because, like I said, I can't build this out of the box. I always got to go my own way with these. So it's good. It's good that the figures are already built. All I really got to do is sit down and paint them. And on the military, it gives me a way to build, and I really don't customize anything. Sometimes you can burn yourself out getting too involved in a build, and that's my outtake. Is it? It's how I'm going to say it. They're like a break for me. I can still do functional things in the hobby, but it's a break for me. Yeah. Some of the detail that these military guys, and when they do their dioramas, oh my God, that's some sick stuff right there. The detail that some of them guys put in it. If you guys don't follow Punch on Facebook, he linked a picture to the Mr. Mini Dreams Facebook page last night or yesterday evening. And it's got a Sunny like this, and the kid that did the diorama, the gentleman that did the diorama in there. We're talking about the way he did the diorama and the details that this gentleman put in, not only to the diorama, but to each piece of the build of the diorama. There's a bike in there. There's this truck, the factory version of this truck, and you got to see the way this gentleman did the details in this. And some of the military builders, if you guys ever get a chance to check out some of the military sites and the airplane guys, they do details to the tilt. That's why you guys need to follow the ISM guys on Facebook, ISM here on YouTube, Paul Britland, Brett Margaret, you got Lessa's Models, you got Timothy's Desk, Timothy Ivets, you got Ivan Taylor, who runs Northern Modeler. Then there's Lonnie, there's Sam McCoy, there's all kinds of great guys out there that build different stuff that are just masters of their work when it comes to this hobby. Gilbert was just here. Gilbert can do custom cars, out-of-box cars, tanks. Gilbert's got a few videos up about streaking with oils. Some of the details he puts in there is just nuts. And then it can be a transverse where it can, flow back over into what we like to do. Yeah, weathering and rust is where I'm aiming to. We lost a great guy earlier this year, Blair Pletcher. He had enough time to sit down and actually walk you through the beginning to the end of a finish, just by using acrylic paints, no salt, no body damage, nothing like that. Really great guy. I wanted to learn so much more from him, but his life was cut short. Dr. Cranky, like Jody says, Dr. Cranky on YouTube, on Facebook. He handwritten several tutorials on weathering and the craftsmanship you can get from a good weathering job. Different things you can use like pastel chalks and stuff like that. So you know, there's a great outlet. Like Punch said, it's not his forte to go into figures and Gundams and stuff like that. My forte for years was just cars, all cars, everything cars. And it wasn't until the last few years that I ventured out and have done stuff other than automotive. So it's something that comes and goes with you. Watching channels like Tom Richards' channel, Scale Modeler, when you watch that channel and you see how he does so great with common out-of-the-box stuff, common paints, it will show you there's so much more in this hobby than just unboxing a kit, getting it built, and then grab the next kit. You know, the attention to detail, the passion that you can put into a subject that you'll never ever be able to afford is also great, you know. So what I'm going to do now is I took some 80 grit and I'm going to band out this body molding to get a flusher mount. And then once I get this sanded down where I could put this body mount. Alright, later Jay, sorry about that. So once I get this body here filled, sanded down, I can attach these fenders. I was fine yesterday, guys. I don't know what changed my voice. Sorry if I'm a bit hard to understand today. Now, I'll hold on to this until it's done. This build is done. If I get done in time for the Diversified Scalers show, this right here will be packed up and headed to New Jersey. If it's not, I'll get it done and hopefully it'll be ready for the beginning of the year show. I know the Diversified Scalers shows comes up here in September. I would like to get it done, but I'm not going to rush. This is one I really want to do all on video for you guys, with you guys, you know, just to have fun, and it's something I've always wanted to do, is do an online build. Andy's Hobbies, if you guys don't follow Andy's Hobbies, he's a hobby shop out of Arizona. One of my friends that I like to follow, Steve Sutton, the Scale Model Kit Review, he is local to the guy. He mentioned the guy, Jan, from the Northview Model Shop, has mentioned him a lot too, so I started following him. He posted up a video yesterday, and this is going for you military guys, you guys that are doing the military stuff or interested in it. Dude, they just released a 1/16 scale tank, and it looks awesome. It is huge. It was huge. It was cool. It was cool looking though. Mason, turn that down. Yeah, but Jody, it has a metal frame. It has a stamped steel frame. So you know that thing's going to be heavy to ship. Andy's Hobby headquarters, he also built some egg tanks a while back. Those look pretty cool. And basically that's what Andy's has, it's a full-blown hobby shop, but his passion is military, and he'll sit down there and he does tutorials on using the different washes from like MiG and ammo and you know, stuff like that. He just showed some books too from MiG, Ammo by MiG magazines on weathering and details and stuff like that, and they look pretty sharp too. And I think that's what piques my interest sometimes. Back to Punch's comment is, you know, I see other stuff going on and it grabs my interest, and I'm thinking, yeah, you know what, I'd give that a shot. And you know, either you enjoy it or you don't. It's not everybody's cup of tea. A little bit more up here on this molding, guys. So see, I'm sanding all this out so that way we can get a flush. Get that right there. Oh, wrong one. So that way we can get that flush to the body. And looks like got a little bit of sanding to do right there on this one. Okay, so we'll do that. Alright, I think I got that done. And now since I got that done, I'm going to eliminate. You know, and again, guys, I'm using the UMP Ultimate Sanders today. That's my sander of choice. There have been discussions and whatnot that you can get the same product from a dollar store or what have you know, dollar section at Walmart, but my preference is these. They've lasted longer, they've stayed working longer, and they do the job, unlike the cheap sanding sticks that I have picked up and tried to use prior to buying the UMP stuff. And then I bought the whole line, and then they've added some new grits I need to get a hold of too now. That is great when you have a company that is always striving to keep their customers on the top of the business and really value what the customer is asking for. So we have to get over there and get those pretty soon. So right now I clean up that line. That way I keep getting these mixed up. Get rid of that line, that way I ain't gotta mess with it when it comes time to sand. And then you can see where if you line that up to that up, you can see what parts of the quarter panel has to be grinded out. So right there will be, that'll be that. And then what I'll do is I'll glue this into place. Yeah, but it was once said too, though, that is a good point. Some of us are on a budget, and we can't go out there and pay $30 for the whole set, you know, and wait for the whole set to come to me, and come to us. We, you know, we're kind of picky, and you know, sometimes you gotta look for the best deal. But if you bought 3 of these for $4, and I've used this one here for better part of 5 to 6 months, because I think I got these right before Christmas. I think I got my sanders right before Christmas, and if you look, I beat the crap out of it, you know what I mean? And I put it to use, and it still looks good, and it still does the job. It won't, to me, that would be worth it versus paying $1 then only getting to use it on 1 or 2 models, maybe. You know what I mean? I'm harsh. I use super glue for body work. I use Real Automotive stuff for body work. So I'm using really, really, industrial stuff, and these sanders just kill it. The sanders just, they walk through it like nobody's business, and they're easier to control. They're not too big and out of the way. It's my preference. Yeah, like Jody said, I'd rather spend the money once a year than once a month. Yeah, I just seen. Yeah, John posted a video up this past week, um, and he's been doing a lot of stuff with his son and building. They've been sharing a lot. I wish you could get the live thing down, John. I know you've been working with that. So I'm gonna add this fender skirt here. Okay, I'm gonna do my super glue. Clean that up real quick. Okay, put a little glue right there. Then I'm gonna move it around with my Q-tip. I just put a little dab of glue right there, guys, and I'll move it around with my Q-tip. Then what I'll do, I'll get this set in there like that. And then I'll let it set up. And then I'll go in there and I'll trim out the body. I'll trim out all that body right there. Yeah, I don't know what Hunter uses. Hunter, I think, uses a Logitech, but I don't know which one. But Hunter, when I watch Hunter Selby's videos, Showtime Studios, guys, if you guys don't follow him, go over there and check him out. He's full of information. Great guy. But his camera, it feels like we're sitting face to face. There's no distortion in it. It's really clear. I like his camera a lot. I'm just adding some different glue in here where it didn't build up all the way. And then I just come in here with my Q-tip and roll it off. let that sit up there for a few minutes. I just put a little bit of quick instant set on there. Let me see what comments we got. Yeah, hey, Car Dreams, what's your real name, sir? If you don't mind me asking. I would like to find a way. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, bud, if you ever have any questions, are there something in particular that you wanted to learn about, or learn to the technique or critique anything, don't hesitate to post a comment, and maybe someone inside the chat can help answer you, as well as once this video gets posted, you guys are free to leave a comment on that too. What sucks about the live feed is once we shut the live feed down, all the comments go away. So I don't get to read everyone's comments some days. But if you ever have a comment or a concern or a question, if it's a tip, if it's a piece that you need, Gary, don't hesitate to post in the comment. I have a great following. People from the U.S., the UK, Ireland. I have a lot of followers that are more than eager to help you, to help anyone in the hobby that has any need for it. I wouldn't ask anybody for money, but if you need a kid, or some advice and some direction, there's plenty of help. There's a lot of great information on here. And another thing to get inspiration from, Gary, is please go to scaledworld.net. Take a look at all the people that contribute to over there. My buddy Pete does so much work over there for the community. He asks for nothing in return other than you guys support scaledworld.net. Submit your builds, and dang, Fred, I'm surprised I'm still on, bud. My voice is still working, so I keep going. When Jody, I'm guilty about this. When I first came to YouTube, I had a certain a certain group of fellas that I followed. People that I found interesting, and stuff that appealed to me when I first got into the hobby. When I first got into the YouTube hobby, because this right here is like a whole nother hobby in itself sometimes. What I did is, I'd even made it in the comment that I can't subscribe to everyone. I was only going to subscribe to the guys that had content. I wasn't on this. I didn't come to YouTube to be the jock, to be the most popular. I just wanted to come, look at what you guys were doing, and share what I love to do. And in the process, I have found that there's a lot of guys that watch, that have watched, and I enjoy following me, that don't have content on their channel, but yet they've still became good friends. They're still good people in the community. Right now, guys, I'm just gluing that other side together. Give me a minute, I'm concentrating. Yep, speak to James. There's James. James, I was just telling everybody about your little attitude on Friday, how I was really affected by it, and how I felt that I thought you were... No, I didn't say none of that. We were talking about the guys coming and getting to join you guys on Friday night, you know, another place to hang out, and how much Pappy enjoys hanging out with you guys and whatnot. Yeah, young James's grandmother is not doing too well. And on top of the stuff James is already dealing with, Friday, James, we was getting the better of James. He took it like a man, though. And you got to mind you, young James is just 16 years old. He's battling stuff in life that some of you guys have never fought or will never fought. Nah, James, you're great, buddy. You're great. And plus, I have to respect you now because your adopted dad is in here. You knew you were adopted, right? After this week, I found out you were adopted. You know what I forgot to do, guys? I forgot to get rid of that red line before. Yep. That's an online boo-boo. See what happens? I get to talking. So I feel like I had a pretty good day today, guys. We got the front end mounted. We got the side skirts mounted. We got the hood fit. Now we got the... Oh. So now, we got all that done, guys. I didn't realize we was on here for an hour and a half. I really enjoy you guys. I get to talking and yakking and about stuff, and I get misplaced the time. But it's about that time, guys, where I have to go. Like I said, tomorrow, try to turn into Red Dragon, turn into Red Dragon Model Works tomorrow if you guys can, when he says he goes live. I'm going to try to be on there and do a little thing with him tomorrow. Let me see, I'm going to put the... Now, I still won't get the good... I'll have to finish this up later, guys. I don't have time to do that today. But I feel like we made some good progress. This is some great work, guys. Some great parts from C1. And put the chassis in there. And I'm going to get all this stuff set up and situated and fit first. And then we'll get into doing the body work and getting everything tightened up and tuned in. Right now, I just kind of wanted to get all the resin in place. So, hopefully the next time we go live, guys, there's the chassis in. Next time we go live, we'll get this set in here. And I want to build the interior and the bed just for mock-up, just so I could see the stance. Just so I could see what the stance would look like and what have you, what we're dealing with. But there you guys go. Thanks for tuning in. We got this front end on, the hood and the side skirts. Well, thanks, Gary, for the support. Yeah, there's a lot of different encouragement. Oh, thanks, Rattle Can. you're more than welcome anytime I go live, Gary, to come in here. And like I said, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to share. I would love to see what you have going on. I would love to be able to help you more if possible. But you guys have a great day. This is today's conclusion. We got everything basically ready to rip and roll, and we'll do some test fitting. We'll do some test fitting and some other stuff really soon. And peace, guys. Thanks for having a little bit of time with me today, and I feel like we've really accomplished a lot and got to share a few stories. So you guys have a great day. If I don't get back on this week, we'll see you guys. Peace.